For those unfamiliar, a public service announcement is essentially a message created to raise awareness about an issue, provide important information, or encourage a change in behavior, typically for the public's benefit. Public service announcements are usually straightforward, clear, and intended to be taken seriously. In what he calls a rant video, Adam, better known as Pretty Bored Vids, takes us on a confusing and meandering journey in his video, My History with Drugs. Clocking in at exactly 4 minutes and 20 seconds, a not-so-subtle weed joke, it becomes immediately clear that Adam has no history with drugs at all. But that doesn't stop him from using clickbait in the title and thumbnail to suggest otherwise. Right from the start, Adam admits he doesn't have a history with drugs, essentially dismantling the premise of the entire video within the first minute. It's a classic bait-and-switch. Viewers click on the video expecting a juicy confession or personal story, only to be met with, well, nothing. And yet, somehow, Adam seems to think this is a good use of his time and hours. The video goes from potentially insightful to completely directionless, a rant with no point or purpose beyond simply existing.
I don't do drugs, alright? It's not my thing. If you smoke weed and you enjoy it, do you. Wait, I just told a bunch of kids to do drugs.
It's like opening a book with an intriguing title only to find the pages blank, and yet Adam pushes forward, rambling on as though his non-experience with drugs is somehow worth dissecting. One of the more awkward moments is when Adam pretends to know what being high on marijuana feels like by staring blankly into the camera and saying,
"What?"
For several seconds, Adam tries to convey the sensation of being high by just zooming out. It's not only cringe, but downright embarrassing. His authority on the subject is immediately undercut by his own admission that he's never actually done drugs. The video becomes less of a rant and more of an awkward, forced performance. It's almost painful to watch. Adam's attempt at acting high is more confusing than funny, and the longer it goes on, the more it feels like he's grasping at straws to hold the viewer's attention. Adam displaying his inexperience with drugs on the internet could also offend people who may have an actual history of drug abuse. As the video continues, Adam tries to address smoking, but his stance flip-flops like a broken weather van. At first, he warns his audience that smoking is bad for you. Then, in the next breath, his clone is attempting to smoke a cigarette in the background. It's a confusing and contradictory message, especially considering Adam's audience includes viewers as young as 11.
Especially you, bro. You're like 11 years old. What do you do?
1 minute, he's against it. The next, he's glamorizing it. The confusion isn't just about smoking, it's about the entire point of this video.
Okay, you know what? I just need to relax, I need to calm down, and I need a cigarette. Just kidding.
This kind of mixed messaging does nothing to clarify Adam's stance. In fact, it does the opposite, leaving viewers, especially younger ones, unsure of what to take away from this so-called rant. Is smoking bad? Is it cool? Even Adam doesn't seem to know.
Handsome? No. Talented? No. Creative?
And if all that wasn't enough, Adam can't resist stopping in the middle of the video to pat himself on the back for his editing skills. In what feels like the most narcissistic move possible, Adam praises his own editing work as if he's awarding himself an Oscar. It's jarring, out of place, and frankly, cringe in 2024.
Whoever edited this video knows what they're doing. Oh, they're the best. Yeah!
It's textbook narcissism, and it derails whatever point he was trying to make, if there even was a point to begin with. Instead of focusing on the topic of drug use or offering any real insights, Adam turns the video into a self-indulgent celebration of himself. It's no wonder the message gets lost. And let's not forget the shameless promotion toward the end of the video for his merch, which is yet another distraction.
Disclaimer, I don't smoke cigarettes. On camera. Just kidding, I don't smoke them at all. And I'm not doing a good job of clearing my name here. But if you use promotion code PRETTYBORED, you can get 15% off the purchase of your next— Okay, no, get this crap out of here, alright? This is an important video. We don't have time for sponsors. But if you use promotion code PRETTYBORED—
As if the video couldn't get more confusing, Adam throws in bloopers at the end, which further muddies the already convoluted message. In one of the outtakes, Adam accidentally says he does do drugs, completely contradicting the rest of the video. What was meant to be a funny, light-hearted addition only adds to the confusion. Although it is nice to see Adam is aware that most of his audience is bots.
Look, I have a voice on YouTube, okay? People look up to me. All your subscribers are bots. In conclusion, just because I do drugs— Wait. I don't do drugs.
For a video that's supposed to be a rant on drugs, ending with a blooper that suggests the opposite doesn't just confuse it, undermines everything he tried to say. The video becomes a tangled mess of contradictions, half-baked jokes, and awkward self-promotion. In the end, my history with drugs by Pretty Bored Vids is a directionless, self-absorbed mess. What could have been an insightful, perhaps educational video quickly devolves into clickbait, awkward acting, and unnecessary ego stroking. Adam's narcissism distracts from any real message, and his inability to stick to one stance only serves to confuse his young audience. With bloopers that contradict his main points and a title that was never honest to begin with, this is one video that leaves viewers wondering what was the point.